quick 5-minute update. Sorry about that we are doing 2 of them in a row, but in the future I think not many of them will happen. But I wanted to show some updates as I promised in the last video about how it now works. And let's call this interactive bicycle YouTube videos or whatever you want to call it. So let's show you the updates and also what I might still change. So this is the same video as we were watching a few days ago. And if you're new here and you didn't read the manual, this is how you turn it on. You go to the subtitles, you turn it on and you pick, there's now 2 of them. We first pick Bobo and there you see that we are all set up for the system. You also see that I personally have changed my font size and also the type. But if you now go further, I'm sorry, going a bit quicker, otherwise watch the last video. You can move this to different locations if you want. You can change the style and stuff like that. So for me, as you can already see, I put it on the normal information track. This has been heavily updated. I do my best now to show the best information that I can. And sometimes that means I can indeed show, like we are now at the mill, the street, but also the area where we're at, how high we are compared to sea level. So because we're in the Netherlands, sometimes you see negative numbers there, because then we are below sea level. The speed we are going in the last 10 seconds. So that's kind of the generic information. You already saw that. There's also a new track, which might be handy in areas where it can't find the postcode. So if you're in an outside area where there are not many homes, I would advise you to go to the other one if you want to copy and paste. But I think this one is more readable, normally. But if you go to ACAN, then you get other information. So that's the other language that we picked. So there's 2 of them. So the Bodo and the AFAR, the AFAR. Oh, I selected the wrong one here. Sorry, I will fix it. This will be called AFAR. But it's a small detail. You can easily find it. So, yes, we show the time so that you can compare it to this time. Sometimes you are a few seconds off. So if you really want to be precise with your GPS, then this is the time you are going for. You see the satellite information, the evaluation again, the speed that we are going and the distance that I've biked so far, right? So if you go there, you can see the distance go up and go down. This is kind of boring, so let's continue. Otherwise I won't make it in the 5 minutes. So what's way more interesting is that you can now also, if you do more, you'll find that I filled in the descriptions with chapters. These chapters can also now be shown here, right? So you can see the chapter information pop up. So that's really nice. You can navigate to different parts in the video based on either clicking here. So if we want to go to Lombok, I can just click here and it will automatically go to Lombok. Or if you want to go to the inner city, it's only a small part in this video, but now we are into the inner city. So that kind of works now. Let me go to another video where indeed we are in the inner city, because I already redid 5 of them. So if we go to videos and we go to the night video that we were using, you can now see if I go to the description over here, and there is in the inner city, I can click on that one and we go into the inner city part. Now, what is even cooler, in my opinion, is that you can turn 2 things on. You can turn on chapters. Then all the chapters will pop up here. I think this is less interesting, but you can do it. You can also see the distance that I've gone and the time that we are at. What is more interesting is the button below, which is, says show transcripts. Why? Because if you turn show transcripts on, you see that all this information will be combined. You see basically the chapter information here. You see all the subtitles, which in our case shows all the information where we are at. And you see the next chapter sort of popping up. So this is a really nice view. And of course, you can jump right away to that position. Right, so that's new. Of course, what you can now do is you can copy paste, which you could not do in the subtitles themselves. You can now copy paste to the different areas. I do see a small mistake here. Let me. I put it on afar. So I need to turn the other one back. So you can see we are now in, I wouldn't say the wrong one, because you can see now that this subtitles is, oh, this is kind of fun because it shows the old one here and the new one there. Anyway, but you can jump and it goes to the correct area. And now, of course, if we do show transcripts, it should, in my opinion. That's kind of interesting. It always shows you the first one. Maybe you can set it somewhere. Oh, no, now it's switching. No, it's always showing the first one, which is... Oh, you can change it here. Ah, even cooler. You can have the information at the same time. This way I'm not going to make it in 5 minutes, but you can actually put this information here and then the language readable version over here, which is kind of cool. But you can copy paste this one. Now, if you are in a weird neighborhood, or weird, let's say in where there are no homes nearby, you can of course put it on this one, and then you can quite easily. That's why I put it on this side to copy paste it into your navigation program like Google Maps to find out where you really are. Right? Hope this also still makes sense. So let me put it here also on Bodo. So there we see where we are. Right? So the last thing which is new is that you might have already seen it, that you can not only jump in the different chapters, and I will most likely still add some manual ones. So if there's really locations that we are biking to, I might add them because I think that's nice. But you also see that there are already links to Google Maps behind this. So if you want to go in the inner city, let's say, I have no idea where we end up, but this one, you'll see that it will open a new tab and we are now in the inner city. And just to prove it, I will probably go to the 3D view. And indeed, this is the central station of Utrecht. Now I'm in a different tab, so go back to this tab. So that is also implemented and working. So what's next? Let me show you one more thing. Just I have to put this one on. So over here, based on the names, you can also kind of already see where we are going, right? So this is quite precise. So for example, I know that this corner is in the station, right? So this corner is kind of where we go into the sub, see the parking garage. And on this side we are coming out, right? Or we are inside, or we're still inside, and this side we are coming out. There we are. So you can see it's really nice to navigate. Of course, you can also do it here. You can see all the information sort of floating around here, the different chapters, etc. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to show you. Now, some of these numbers are not perfectly precise yet. I did all the programming quite quickly. So I will fine-tune some things left and right. Some of the naming, I did my best to work on that. I don't think I can get it any better. So yeah, that's kind of... so just to repeat myself, if you go to another video, let me take one more. Go to videos and go to one which is in the outside area. So let's just take the one to go to Haarzuilen. And now, of course, we're in the middle of nowhere. And then sometimes this information is not as precise. It does not find a home, or it will show you a home that it has last seen, but it's already quite far away. So in here, in Vleuten, it will work okay. We can see that we're in Vleuten, etc., etc. But if we are in the middle of nowhere, so over here, for example, this might be a home that we already passed like a few minutes ago. So in that case, it makes perfect sense to either, we now learned, and again, you have to turn this on every time, which is kind of a pity, but the transcripts are not remembered. So I turn transcript on. There's also no short key for it. But here, of course, we now know that we can also put the AVAR on, and then you can see that of this location, we can see that where we are at, and copy this into get a precise position. So let me do that one more time if it is your first time here. So here I go to this one and I go put it into my Google Maps. And you can see that I'm jumping to the location and it claimed, and hopefully that's correct. This is typical because I can't jump there, if that makes sense. So I have to jump here because the Google car was not there. But it says that I'm pretty close to this location, and that's hopefully is correct. So I think we just passed that part. So I think that's correct. Let me see if we go one back. So you can see, oh yeah. So you can see that's working quite nicely. Yeah, I will fine tune some things, but now I will probably leave this for a while. I will add these to older video if I can, and future videos. I won't talk about it as much anymore, because I think I will now go to trying to get the audio better on the bicycle. So thank you for watching and see you in the next one. And I'm guessing this is not 5 minutes again, but I tried. Bye bye.